Mrs. Playmen begins not with scandal but with recognition. In 1975, Adelina Balsamo stands before the United Nations, honored as one of the most influential women in the world. The ceremony praises her for sparking a small revolution in the morals of Italy, but before she ever reached that stage, she had to walk through humiliation, betrayal, and survival. The episode then rewinds 5 years earlier to October 1970, showing us how a woman's society tried to destroy became a symbol of freedom. At the start of 1970, Adelina is still the loyal wife of Saro Balsamo, the flamboyant publisher of Playmen, Italy's answer to Playboy. The couple attends a glittering party at Rome's Piper Club, celebrating Brigitte Bardot's cover appearance. Saro basks in the attention, bragging to his creative director Chartreux that this cover will save their struggling magazine. But beneath the glamour, cracks show. Adelina spots Saro's ex-mistress at the event, her confidence splintering as jealousy and humiliation surface. Saro brushes it off with flattery, calling Adelina his goddess, insisting no one compares to her. The lie works just long enough for them to dance, pretending their marriage isn't already sinking. While Rome parties, the night also introduces Playmen's underworld. Photographer Poggi shoots nude photos of a young woman named Elsa, promising privacy but later betraying her. That quiet deceit mirrors the much larger trap about to spring on Adelina. The next morning she searches for Saro at the magazine's headquarters. He's nowhere to be found. Chartreux claims Saro went to Paris, but before Adelina can question further, the police arrive. She's arrested for obscenity over the publication of pornographic material. In shock, she learns the truth during interrogation. Her husband had secretly named her editor-in-chief. Under Italy's Article 528, the editor bears full legal responsibility for indecent publications. Saro's move shields him from prison and dumps every consequence on her. Adelina, an innocent woman, becomes the scapegoat for her husband's crimes. Adelina spends the night behind bars, bewildered and humiliated. Another inmate casually tells her she's lucky. Since no one processes releases on weekends, she's spared 2 extra nights in jail. The next morning, her teenage son Lorenzo picks her up on his motorcycle. She tells him part of the truth, but hides the rest from her little daughter. Then she confronts Chartreux again, who admits Saro made her the legal face of Playmen to protect himself. Now in hiding, he's left her with the sinking ship. If the next issue doesn't go to print soon, the magazine will fold. Desperate for guidance, Adelina visits her childhood friend and first love, Don Rocco, now a priest. She unloads everything. Saro's infidelity, his betrayal, her shame. She accuses Rocco of convincing her to stay in this doomed marriage years ago. He offers sympathy but no real salvation. The church, once her moral anchor, feels as distant as her husband. That evening, Saro finally calls. Adelina meets him in his hiding place, furious. She slaps him, but he charms his way back into her emotions, makes an apology with manipulation. He insists the magazine must move from sensual to explicit, claiming pornography will save it. Then he hands her a stack of obscene photos, asking her to deliver them to Chartreux for publication. For a moment, he almost convinces her again, reminding her of their early love, their marriage, the illusion of partnership. It's the same cycle that trapped her for years. Instead of obeying him, Adelina visits Poggi's studio and looks through his work. Amid his photos, she finds something raw and beautiful, portraits of Elsa and other women from Rome's poorest quarter, Il Mondriane. These aren't erotic, they're human. She decides the next issue will focus on them, turning Playmen's lens from exploitation to social commentary. She lies to Chartreux, claiming Saro approved it. For the first time, Adelina makes an editorial decision based on her own conscience. It's her first act of rebellion. Meanwhile, Poggi persuades Elsa to sign a contract, promising that only clothed photos will be used. She signs without reading, trusting him. Later, when she realizes he lied and her nude photos will be published, panic sets in. She confronts him, terrified that her father will see them, but it's too late, the issue is ready to print. Elsa's story echoes Adelina's. Women used by men who disguise exploitation as opportunity. Both find themselves trapped by images created without their consent. Chartreux soon warns Adelina that the police plan to confiscate every copy of their upcoming issue, but Adelina remembers what she overheard in jail. No one works on Saturdays. Using that loophole, she schedules the release for that day, slipping the magazine into circulation before the authorities can act. It's a small but brilliant victory, proof that her instincts are sharper than the men around her realize. At the same time, Vice Squad Officer Andrea De Cesari is assigned to take down Playmen. His superiors promise him a promotion if he succeeds, setting him up as a new threat in Adelina's path. Back in Rome, tragedy strikes. Elsa is assaulted by a co-worker who assumes she is easy because of the photos. When she fights back, he rapes her, a brutal reflection of how society punishes women twice, first for being objectified, then for resisting it. Adelina receives one final call from Saro. He's leaving Italy, fleeing to France with the singer from the Piper party. He doesn't ask about her or their children or the mess he left behind. When she asks what will happen to them, he simply hangs up. The next morning, Adelina gathers her staff and takes charge. She tells them they won't wait for anyone, not her husband, not the police, not the men who underestimate her. She is the editor-in-chief, and she owns shares in the company. That makes her their boss. For the first time, she claims her power out loud. What began as her husband's trap becomes the starting point of her independence.